Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Worldology. Today we got a new community update for Battlefield 6. So I'm going to get started into this video, right? So, starts out to the Battlefield community. With Battlefield 6 and Battlefield RedSec, we've launched two massive experiences from support players pulling off clutch drag and revive saves, two squads executing flawless RedSec pushes, and creators redefining what's possible in Portal. You've shown us what Battlefield can be. For our teams across Battlefield Studios, it's just the start. We've been watching, reading, listening, and we're hard at work on how we will evolve the experiences for you all. We're focused, fired up, and getting it done because Battlefield has always been at its best when we build it together. As we have done on our journey through Battlefield Labs, our open beta, launch, and the current Season 1, California Resistance updates arrives November 18th, with Eastwood, our second new map of Season 1, that is primed for all-out warfare along with new weapons. The Ultimate Vehicle Edition for creative mayhem and more. Latest live updates. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about the live updates because I know they're coming, and it's just the 200 updates should have just been one full package instead of like separated out. So I'm just going to get into it. In our previous community update, we shared how your feedback has been guiding our work on performance, balance, and core gameplay improvements. Let's take a look at what's been updated so far and what's next. Casual breakthrough. So casual breakthrough is casual breakthrough. That means that the actual breakthrough is a competitive game, right? That's what Battlefield is. So I don't want to see no crying to anybody talking about, hey, Battlefield isn't competitive. Then why is casual added to, the game, right? So, launch on November 1st as a more relaxed way to experience Battlefield while still earning progression and completing challenges. Featuring smaller teams and bot support, the mode gives players room to learn, experiment, and level up weapons. We are exploring additional maps for the rotation while keeping the balance between player and bot counts. And we are also considering a similar casual conquest mode for the future. Alright, so that's interesting. So what do you mean about the additional maps for rotation? Is that like the new maps, or is just like giving us Liberation Peak every single time we try to get breakthrough? Challenge and assignment updates went live on November 5th, and we've already seen completion rates improve across the board. Our goal with these changes is to make daily and weekly challenges feel achievable within a few hours of focus play, while keeping certain cosmetic rewards as longer-term goals for dedicated players. We'll continue monitoring data and feedback to make sure this balance feels right. Yes, because in the stream, I was using that incendiary grenade, and it did not go towards my challenge. I guess it's like you have to leave a game and keep doing it and just get like points on points from leaving games. But they need to fix like we should have just had to be at 4 progression. The more we play, the more we get points and whatnot, but it is whatever. Bots were reintroduced into verified experiences on November 6th. In response to player feedback, Conquest, Breakthrough, and Rush now each support up to 12 bots. And rounds begin once 8 players have joined to maintain a balanced experience between players and bots. Bots grant reduced XP, while player XP remains at 100%, and all challenges remain completable. PvE bots and custom portal experiences were unaffected by this change. Alright, so my casual players, enjoy yourselves. Several major issues were resolved in our November 11th Quality of Life update. We addressed a behavior that allowed players to reach unintended areas by striking a recon drone with the sledgehammer. And lock-guided missiles now respond correctly to enemy countermeasures such as flares. You've also fixed issues that cause weapon dispersion to behave incorrectly when transitioning from sprinting to aiming down sights, or when scaling with movement speed. Dispersion now properly reflects stance and movement. Alright, so the bug is fixed. Everybody who was getting on top of new Selbek and the Manhattan Bridge and the gameplay look above, and everything that was pertaining to, people who don't deserve to actually play the game getting restricted to try to do those things in the first place. Alright, so congratulations, we should all clap it up. Alright, so let's continue on. I don't know too much about the lock guided missile. I guess that was a really bad thing. I didn't really experience it that much, so hey, I'm glad it's fixed anyway. In active development, coming with California Resistance Weapon Dispersion Bloom. So November 18th, that's going to be in about 5 days of recording this. So that means that the Weapon Bloom fix is not in the game right now, but I guess something about the gameplay, the gunplay was fixed in the game, I guess, or it was just only the movement. But that's the thing where we have to get a little bit of better communication on, because sometimes it's not really understandable on like what's actually fixed in the game at this current moment. Like, yeah, the movement, I do know about the movement, but it was also something about the gunplay as well that got fixed. I guess the stop to shoot, or first shot sprint. Yeah, I guess that's fixed. I guess that's what it is. But I guess the bloom fixes are going to come on November 18th, so it's not fixed right now, and that's kind of a bummer because I actually wanted to see what it was. But we're going to get in 5 days, right? We've made a small tuning pass that reduces how quickly dispersion and recoil build up during sustained fire. Dispersion adjustments apply to all weapons. While most also receive recoil tuning, these changes make weapons feel smoother and more consistent, especially at longer ranges where we've seen players engage more often. What are you talking about? We'll continue to monitor these updates and refine them based on gameplay data and community feedback. Lighting adjustment and visibility upgrades. We've made further improvements to soldier visibility, particularly when transitioning between interiors and exteriors. These updates enhance exposure balance to make enemies easier to see in varying lighting conditions. We'll continue refining visibility and related visual effects based on player feedback. So the thing with the visibility, right, and the lighting, is do y'all have like a file from BF4 or something? BF4 literally had BF4 or Hardline. Either or, they literally both had the best visibility that was ever in Battlefield. The reason why is because the different environments, and it was actually we actually could see the colorfulness of the game. Like, yeah, I can see it in the background. It's pretty good, but it can be a little more vibrant. And yes, again, the visibility as well for like the lighting is going to be fixed. So if you go inside, that means it's going to be bright as heck. Bright as heck. You won't be able to see nobody from outside when you're looking, inside the building, and it's going to be fixed. So that's a good thing. But it's coming in 18th, and it should be now. So we're going to get 5 more days of suffering as well for visibility. All right. So challenge clarity updates. We've refined challenge descriptions and tracking to make your progress easier to understand and follow. Alright, I don't know too much about that. I can't really give anything about it. Fort Linden and Portal. More segments of Fort Linden will be available in Portal for creating community experience. What the heck is a Fort Linden? Huh? What is that? Is that something? I might have to look it up. Alright. Aim assist adjustments. We've adjusted aim assist to make aiming feel smoother and more predictable. This game is so bugged. Oh, I think I know Fort Linden. Helping players build stronger muscle memory. Tuning is now similar to the open beta experience as a result. Infantry aim assist and infantry aim assist. What are you talking about? Infantry aim assist and infantry aim assist. What are you talking about? Oh, slowdown have been reset to match the new values. So, try to update before making changes. Note, infantry aim assist zoom snap settings are only active in single player and portal experiences, and not in multiplayer. So, to the people who was able to snap with a 180 or whatnot with a controller, that's removed from the game, and you will not be able to do that. I don't know what I can say for the controller players or whatnot. I don't know if it's a bad thing or a good thing. Alright, so targeting the winter offensive update, December 9th. So these are the updates that's going to come in December 9th next month. Alright, so in addition to the new limited time event and new melee weapon, here's a quick peek at a few of the other updates that are in progress for winter offensive. Vehicle balance pass. We've made an initial tuning pass to smooth out some of the biggest balance outliers between vehicles. Expect more consistent vehicle combat across the board. So what does that mean? Does that mean like the damage that I was having, about like, terrorizing the whole team, one time, and then the next time the vehicle is very bad? Sometimes I do feel that, but I don't know. Breakthrough mode adjustments. That's where it gets juicy. Several maps in Breakthrough have been updated to improve balance and flow. For example, Sector 1 in Merrick Valley now has fewer available vehicles and adjusted capture zones to help attackers make better progress. So I think, obviously, I just think the Merrick Valley should be backwards. It should just be backwards and just give one tank or APC. I don't, but we'll see. All right. Rush mode improvements. We've updated MCOM placements on Manhattan Bridge and Liberation Peak to create smoother attack routes and more engaging objectives. So the thing is, we're going to talk about the UI, but I haven't seen not one Rush. I haven't played Rush since the game came out. I haven't played Rush since the beta or that labs. I haven't played Rush at all. Under review, we also wanted to highlight a few topics of conversation where we're actively exploring and testing changes, but we currently don't have confirmation on timeline for just yet. What do you mean? Map design and size. We have seen your comments about map size and pacing. Battlefield is at best when maps offer different ways to play and constant action around every corner. Striking that balance is always a priority, and we are committed to a variety of map types across future seasons. With Eastwood arriving in the California Resistance update, we will continue monitoring existing maps and modes for targeted adjustments, like was planned in Winter Offensive, while learning from the community creations in Portal. We do not need to learn from people who create maps and community in the Portal. They're creating the maps that y'all DICE made. So look in the progress that y'all did from BF3 to BF4 and Hardline, and understand what you did back then. Alright, you already have the blueprint. We do not need help from people who create maps from out of their skulls, alright? Because you might mistake and add a very big map that's not deserving in Battlefield and was never that big in Battlefield. So look at your blueprint, DICE, okay? Y'all have it already. Add the maps that, people actually want from previous Battlefields, okay? UI and menu improvements. We are looking into adjustments that will roll out over time with the goal of making navigation more intuitive, from settings menus to equipping earned skins to discovering community experiences more easily. Alright, so UI and menu. I think we should go back to the Battlefield 4 UI or something, because on the screen right now, that death screen isn't good. It should go back to the BF4, and as well as the the way how it looks when you see your squad and everything. I think that should go back to BF4 or 3. So and Hardline, because it's just a remake of that. So player stats, we are exploring, and maybe even the previous Battlefield like BF1. I don't know too much, but maybe that. Player stats, we are exploring expanded player stat tracking, including per season details and other improvements. Social play improvements. We are evaluating ways to make it easier to group up with friends and resolve issues that may prevent smooth session joining. Hit registration and netcode. We are investigating improvements to hit registration. This work is closely tied to potential updates around time to kill, time to death, TTD, and time to kill, TTK, consistency, as well as bugs such as sometimes dying when behind cover. And it's mainly for the people with controller players. So you have to look into that, that aim assist over there, because it's pretty strong, and we're not that strong over here on a mouse and keyboard. We still mess you up, but we're not that strong to kill behind walls. We're not wizards, all right? Controller players are the wizards. They have the wand. They have the wand, the fingers. Yeah, they have it. They have it all. All right. So, also the thing with netcode is that I think the optimization needs to work. It needs to get way better, because I should not be running. I should be running 120 to 200, but I should actually be running 150 to 200, because that's how the game should work. I don't think the game is that optimized. It was a lot of people as well, not only me, that was talking about the optimization in the game not working, and it was way better in the beta, and I do agree with that. And it was probably way better in the pre-alpha, because obviously it wasn't that much in the thing. So I think the optimization needs a lot to work on, and let's keep going. Vehicle ecosystem. We are reviewing the overall vehicle experience to ensure balanced combat across all warfare modes and map types, right? Reset. Audio performance. We have identified performance and memory issues that can occasionally cause sounds such as footsteps or vehicles to not play consistently on larger battle royale maps. Optimization work is underway. Stop focusing on RedSec, all right? The thing works with everything. It works with breakthrough. It works with the core modes. It's a general thing. It should have been included into the general topic instead of being outside in the core modes, the core Battlefield game. Battle Royale solo mode. We are reviewing solo mode pacing and difficulty. Playing without a squad can feel punishing, and we want solo to remain a rewarding Battlefield experience. That's a good idea. I think they should bring that, because yes, playing with a squad is very, very punishable, especially if you always queue up with level 1s and whatnot. So yes, it's very punishable, and I'm glad y'all did that. Next, casual battle royale mode. We are investigating the potential for a more accessible battle royale mode that keeps the core intensity but allows for a relaxed playstyle. Armor plating. We are reviewing the current action time for availability for armor plating. It provides meaningful tactical choices, and we want to approach any changes carefully to maintain that balance. Tank availability. We are exploring possible adjustments to tank frequency and placement within battle royale matches. All right, and then now we had the community highlights with everybody talking about their stories, good stories, and they also mentioned Grand Bazaar in the portal. So we might be having a Grand Bazaar from the actual, from the actual game back into the game. So hey, it's just whatever DICE chooses to do. They have everything in the playbook to do better than the last games, and by bringing the old maps and whatnot back into the game, because those were classic maps. So yeah, and looking forward, and we got thanked by the Battlefield team. All right, so yeah, that's all for this video. Hope you like, share, and subscribe. I'm not going to take up your time. Just know that this update is going to come out. The first update is going to come out on November 18th, if you forgot. And just know that we're getting a lot of updates, and they're looking after the community by responding and whatnot. So yeah, that's all I'm saying. And I'm really bad push.